Good morning, my NPP peeps. Got a nice little gap up this morning. We right around, looks like 39, 38 on the futures. So yeah, healthy gap up. It looks like we're going to test this 8 EMA right here. And the plan today is to make some money with SPY. I'm already long 1,500 shares of SPY with I sold 390 calls, this week's calls against it. So I'm actually hoping, I get called out of those. I'm going to make around $5 if I do get called out of those with the premium that I'm making on the short calls. So that right there will make my week. But I think there's opportunity to make more money because I think we have a little bit higher to go with an oversold rally that started on Friday. So if you look at my SPY chart here, there is a danger that if we lose Friday's low, we could fall back to this 372 level, which is this head and shoulders target. You can see this massive head and shoulders that started forming in September of last year. And then we got the head in January, and then we got the right shoulder in March. And we're almost down to that head and shoulders target, which, if it eventually gets there, would be a really nice place to get long again for a bounce. But I think we bounce here. So the bulls must hold this area. All right. And if they do, I think we can see this area right here. This blue line is the 21 EMA. That's where I would start taking profits. And then if the bulls want to keep this rally going, we could jump all the way to this downtrend line right here. That could take us all the way into the low 420s, which would be right around here at this 50 SMA. So that'd be where I'm looking. This profit target area right here is around 404, 408. So that's where I'd be looking to take the first round of profits, leave a runner, and see if we can get this downtrend line. However, once we do hit this area, and it looks like there's big resistance here, and we start heading down, I think this would be a great short area. So we take our profits here on the longs, and then get short this market, and then see if we can come back down here to these lows, through the lows, and maybe get to this 372 level. I think this would be a good risk reward area if we can get it to short. So, maybe we make it both on the long side and the short side this week. All right. So that's SPY. I think the best opportunity to make money this week is in the SPY. I do have, some individual names. I don't like individual names as much just because you don't know if they're going to participate in the rally. I know SPY will participate because it is the market. But these are some names that I like the setups. You can see this name right here, this long consolidation, extremely long consolidation with this nice rounding bottom pattern on this CVBF. And it's not a major name. It's not a sexy name, but it's the not sexy names that are working in this market. So if we can break out of this box, I think it's possible we run up here to this 28 area. NOG, energy name. Energy names are hot right now. People like the energy. Forming this nice triangle pennant pattern. 200 SMA sloping up, 50 SMA, all moving averages sloping up. And now we're consolidating here, putting in a series of higher lows. You got your low here, higher low, higher low, higher low, and it's consolidating here, forming this triangle. If this triangle breaks, I think it could be a pretty powerful move to 34, 35. And then USO, we tried either last week or a couple of weeks ago, and failed to break out of the box. You can see it. We bought right here on the break of the box, and then it came right back in and sold. But it looks like it's trying to put in this higher low right here and break out of the box again. So if it can break out of the box again, I'm willing to give it a try to see if we can get up here to this 92 level. So those are a few names I'm watching on the swing side, individual names. Again, not as excited about trading these names. I'd rather just trade the SPY, but we'll see. And then finally, there are some oversold names that I'm looking to sell some puts. Really, none of them are, oh, I guess Netflix is turning red, Target's red, Tesla's red. So if these can get down to even more oversold levels, I'm going to look to sell puts against those. I listed those put strikes that I would sell to collect premium in the email that I sent out last night. So, you know, Amazon, Costco has earnings later this week, so we won't trade this until after earnings. I would love an enormous gap down that we can sell puts against and collect a lot of premium. So we'll see what happens here. Retail's been getting absolutely crushed after earnings, as you saw with Target, Walmart, Ross. So maybe the same thing will happen to Costco and give us a great opportunity. General Dynamics, I think this one is a great put selling opportunity, coming down to its 200-day moving average. Netflix, obviously, I think that's great. Target, very oversold, as well as Walmart, very oversold. And then Tesla's getting extremely oversold. I think there's a lot of news around Elon Musk right now, and you know, him trying to buy Twitter, and it's affecting the Tesla shares. So if this one can come down, you know, even closer to our $500 strike that I'm trying to sell, I think we can get some sweet premium there for this Tesla. And I'm only going to sell one put. You know, I'm not willing to go anything larger than that in a $600 stock. So that's what we're looking at today. The SPY is the big one, and everything else I'll watch too. But let's try to make some money with SPY. Kent, you got any questions?
How's Bitcoin looking?
Bitcoin is about as dead as you can get right now. It's consolidating in this, you know, what I call the nibble zone, a good spot to just kind of buy a little bit in this 31,000, 27,000. In case, you know, it's consolidating here for a move up. We really need a move back above this 50 SMA, this green line right here, which is right around 36,800. You're going to need to move back above that to get any kind of momentum going. Other than if it can't get above that, it's just going to kind of bounce around here. But you know, if you're buying a little bit in here and you get this move to the 50 SMA, it's a nice chunk of change to make some money on. You know, sell out at the 50 SMA, see if it can close above, and then get back in. But I think from here to the 50 SMA would be a nice trade. That's why I've, you know, in my Bitcoin fund and my crypto fund, we've been nibbling right here in case we get a pop up here to this 50 SMA. If it does drop below this low right here, we're going to see 20,000, and I think that would be a really good spot to nibble much more for for a longer term trade. This 20,000 be a great spot. But you know, in this zone right here, it's just we're either consolidating in a bear flag to head down one rung lower, or consolidating for at least a pop, a relief rally up to the 50 SMA. I don't know which. Is why I'm just adding small right here.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah, buddy.
All good here.
All right. Well, you know, I don't know if these mornings are best or if the afternoons are better. I'm going to send out a poll on Twitter. If you guys can vote to tell me if you'd rather do a Monday morning Zoom call or a Monday afternoon Zoom call. So please vote. And because I want to host these meetings when the most people are able to come. All right. All right, guys, I will talk to you next Monday. Until then, don't trade for thrills. Just consistently make those dollar bills. See ya.